Hey, welcome back, guys. Just another quick video on the review of the clean cut blades for the Summa cutters, the HP edition Summa cutter behind me. So when I first got it, I was using the OEM blade from from HP and Summa. They're pricey. I mean, just like any cutter, the OEM blades are always pricey. So I quickly found out, as many have, about clean cut blades, and I went out and bought clean cut blades for my Summa. One reason is I couldn't find them on Amazon. Now, does anybody have a link to them? I don't know. I'd like to try them, but I wanted to try out the cheap blades on there, and I couldn't find them. So I went right with clean cut because the price is still good. For one, if you're just buying one. But they claim that they work twice as hard. I'm sorry, they last twice as long as the OEM blades for your Summa. So I went and got a 36 degree, and I got a 60 degree. Usually you want to use the 60 degree if you're going to be doing perf cutting thicker materials or with a lamb, just because the blade, the way the design, the blade degrees is you get the pivot. So like say you get a 36, you're starting off with a blade with like this angle, right? This is a very bad example, but you won't be able to see on a regular blade. So if your 36 starts out here as this being your cutting point, 45 would be here, a 60 would be here. So the higher the degree, the higher, the thicker cutting material margin you have. So I've said in previous videos that you always want to use a 60, but I found a 45 works okay cutting anything under 6 mil. If for perf cutting, for contour cuts, I use the 45 and 60, the same blade I use the perf. But if you're doing mostly just contour cuts or kiss cuts, let's call them, not perf cutting, you can even use the 36, and you'll get cleaner, better cuts with the 36 because of the angle of the blade. It seems like with the angle of the blade, it helps direct and turn the blade in the holder easier. I mean, it's kind of physics in that aspect. So thicker material of doing perf cuts, you want to go with a 45 or 60 for sure. Otherwise, you'll start running into problems with the blade going too far and just dragging through the media, and you don't want to do that. So, but anyways, this is my review on the clean cut blade. So I haven't even gotten to the 36. I don't think I have. Let me open it up. Yeah, I haven't gotten to use the 36. Scratch. I've used it only for kiss cutting, not for perf cutting. Obviously, I didn't even try. But mostly right now, I have a 60 in there. That's what I'm using now, is a 60 in my Summa for perf and for kiss cut. And I do two cuts. I do the kiss cut and I do perf, only because the perf cut doesn't leave the start and end point doesn't always leave the cleanest edge. So when I do a kiss cut, it's always perfect, and then I just do a perf cut around it, an 1/8 out or whatever out, and then that way it lasts. I mean, you get a better cut result. So you can see I got a bunch in there now that I perfed and just pulled them out of the machine. Those are just square perf cut, and the clean cuts have held up pretty well. I've pretty much had them since I've had the machine, so over a year I've been using the clean cut blade doing all my perf cuts, and I haven't had to change it yet. And my cutting strip's still fine too. Like if you guys aren't familiar with it, the cutting strip on a Summa, like these HP Latex branded ones, they're more like a fabric. They're not just hard plastic like on the BN20s. So I think they last longer anyways. But just the method of how it's used, it's designed to last longer. So the clean cut blade, I haven't worn out my original blade. I just felt like I wanted to start off with a good blade, at least when I was learning perf, and that's why I started with the clean cut. So, I recommend these clean cut blades all day long. Get a 45 or 60 if you're going to do perf cut without lamb. If you're going to use lamb, always use the 60 or test it on 45. But the 60 will make sure that you're going to get a full depth and cut of everything. So these HP Latex base HP Basic Summa cutters, they work well. They're not the best for perf cutting, die cut perf cutting, but it does the job. You just slow it down. It's not going to work as good as a Graphtec 9000 or any flatbed, of course, but it does the job. If you're on a budget, it does the job. So, but go out and get yourself some clean cut blades. I'm not sponsored. I don't have no promo codes. I'm just telling you guys that I really enjoy the blades as far as the durability of them. If they've lasted, and they're not that expensive. I'm not going to tell you a price because they might change, but go check out Clean Cut. I'll leave a link in the description. And there's 2 sites, so don't be confused. The USA site. So that's it. That's just my review on these Clean Cut blades from Clean Cut Blade and the Summa HP Basic cutter. So and also what you want to do is, guys, if you do a lot of perf cut or kiss cut with lamb, without lamb, get yourself another blade holder. It's really nice. Once you set your blade in your blade holders, you don't have to play with it. I can do the same perf settings every time, and everything's perfect every time. If you got to keep going back and forth changing your blades, you're going to get different results because you're never going to set that blade exactly the same without fiddling with it. So I got 2 blade holders that I can go back and forth. And what's cool, you can get other blade holders. You can get a pounce one, so you can do pounce perfs, or just a needle, so you can do needle perfing, which is kind of neat to have. If you're going to do card stock, and you could just tearaways, real nice, real easy to do. So that's it. I just want to do the review on these clean cut blades and on the Summa. So go out and get you some, guys. Like, subscribe, hit the notification. If there's a video or info or anything you want to see or me talk about, hit the comment section, let me know, or send me an email at theprinthouse@gmail.com, and I'll go from there. And that's it, guys. Till the next video. See you then.